as well. But hello, everyone. I am so super excited to see your faces. I feel like we have not seen each other in a very long time due to COVID-19, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're getting back to our new normal, or finding our new normal rather. And so I'm totally excited to have this meeting today, as long with the executive board. Some of my executive board may not be able to make it, so that's okay, but we're going to still introduce them. But first, we're going to go ahead and well, that's not working. Well, my little thing is up. There we go. Okay, so first we'll go into get a little introduction. My name is Dr. Christian Wells, and I'm currently the SEAHO president. I served last year, and unfortunately we didn't have a conference, but that's okay. We're working for this year to plan some exciting things for you all. And then I'm currently the Associate Director for Housing and Residence Life at Mercer University. I've worked in the state of Georgia for about 8.5 years. And a fun fact, I love karaoke so much that I think I'm a mini Mariah Carey. Not that I sound like her, but I feel like I am. And I love reality shows. And, you know, that really just takes me, it's not that I don't have enough crisis and things happening in res life already, but I really do like to watch all the reality shows. So I'm sure if you ask me a question, I probably have seen the show, which, you know, anyways, that's just kind of how I take away and get away from the world a little bit. So Casey, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm Casey Weaver, for those of you that don't know me, but I'm I have just recently moved out of housing 7 months ago now, but I am the Assistant Dean of Student Care and Wellbeing at Georgia Southern. But I'm still serving in the Vice President for SEAHO, as I'm still connected to housing with my role that I have in the Dean of Students office. So I do work closely with our team over in the housing office now. I've worked in the state of Georgia for 6.5 years. And since I know a lot of you, I was trying to think of something that most of you may not know about me. And so my fun fact was I've never flew on an airplane until I actually job searched to be in the student affairs field after grad school. And so that was kind of my interesting fun fact about me. And then since then I've flown a lot. But for the first 25 years of my life, I never stepped foot on a plane until my very first interview for a student affairs position.
We'll go ahead and move to Jessica. Did Jessica make it? Okay. Jessica Foxworth, unfortunately she's sick, so please keep her in your thoughts, but she is our current SEAHO Secretary and Treasurer. She's a Director of Residence Life at Agnes Scott. In her previous role as the Director of Residence Life at Alcorn State University, she was responsible for recruitment, direct supervision, training and evaluation of a diverse and talented professional and paraprofessional staff. Jessica has worked in student affairs for more than 20 years with extensive experience in strategic leadership, forecasting, and building collaborative partnership with campus and community constituents. Previously, Jessica held the position of Assistant Director of Residence Life at Henderson State University, where she taught freshman orientation courses and also served as an academic advisor to freshman students. And Jessica completed her Master's of Science at Henderson State University and attended Arkansas State University for undergraduate studies in communication. So she will be missed today, but she has been an awesome member of our exec board this year and also has decided to stay on for this upcoming year as well. And we have Melissa.
Hello, everybody. My name, as of Tuesday morning when I changed my driver's license, will be Melissa Scuderi. I am the SEAHO State Representative to SEAHO, as well as, I am the Georgia State Rep to SEAHO. Currently, I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Residential Living at Piedmont College in Demorest, Georgia. I have been around the field of student affairs for the last 16 years, and currently my husband and I live with 160 freshmen, 3 fur babies, and 1 bearded dragon. We have a full house up here in Purcell. Fun fact about me, I love to crochet and quilt, and I've gotten to do a lot of that over the last 4 years that I've worked in Georgia. So happy to be here.
And we have Austin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Austin Rayford here. I'm currently serving as the SEAHO webmaster. I serve as the area coordinator for Housing and Residence Life here at Mercer University. And I've been in Georgia for 5 years now, ever since I was a graduate assistant in the good old days of in-person conferences. And so as we talk about a virtual world, if you all have any maybe virtual pictures or screenshots from your computer, or maybe even the work that you're doing from your very own spaces during the SEAHO conference, if you want to share those, we will work to continue to update our photos on the website, just to create a more accurate depiction of the times that we're in now, and to make sure that we're seeing some fresh faces. So don't hesitate to send me those.
Okay, thank you guys for introducing yourselves. And we do have two vacant positions with the state editor as well as our grow advisor. So we'll talk a little bit more about that process. I do want to call the meeting to order at 2:11 p.m. since I didn't do that at the beginning as well, so we can notate that. And now it's your turn. We would love for you to select one representative from your institution to take a picture of the QR code to complete the form, so we can know who all is here with us today in this meeting, and that way we can keep it record for the next time that we meet as well. And so I'll give you a few minutes to take a picture, and if Mercer or someone could do that for me, that'll be great. So that way we can document as well. Okay, is everybody just about ready? I'm looking at the responses. It looks like we have about 15 responses, 15 institutions. We'll give a few more minutes. Looks like still people are still typing.
I think some people might have just been appointed.
You're it.
Ben, did you get tagged?
I try to wait for my boss to tell me what to do, you know.
Okay, I think we might be okay. I'm not seeing an update as of right now, so looks like we might be okay. Is it okay if we move on? All right. And I can't see everybody. I hate it. I was trying to find my screen to see more people, so I'm sorry if someone is saying, because I need to figure out where the chat went as well. Okay.
Do you want me to share my screen, Christine, so you can see everyone?
Oh, sure.
Why don't you do that? I'll stop sharing. I'll quickly pull mine up.
Okay, sounds good. Because I was like, oh, I can't see.
You're not a co-host. Ben, can you make Casey a co-host so he can share a screen?
I can share.
Oh, you can? Awesome.
Yep. Okay. All right.
1 second and I'll pull it up. Why are you not presenting here? Okay, share. I want to share this one.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see.
You're muted, Christine.
I thought I hit the other one. Y'all excuse me, I'm having problems with technology today for some odd reason. But so moving forward, we thought it would be a good idea for us to kind of discuss the history of the Georgia housing officers, because we recognize there are a lot of new professionals as well as graduate students that have moved to the state of Georgia, and you may not be familiar with Georgia housing officers and when it was founded, what it's about. And so we wanted to make sure to just give you a little quick history about it. But this organization was founded in 1989, and we are dedicated to the housing professionals within the state of Georgia. And this is an opportunity for us to develop personal and professional growth through the attendance at our annual state conference and various workshops, as well as we want to be able to facilitate exchange of ideas and dialogue with professional colleagues. And so membership of Georgia housing officers is open to all institutions of higher education within the state of Georgia. And it's within housing and residence-like facilities or staff that actually manage housing facilities within the state of Georgia. And so that is really the basis of this organization, which is so wonderful. And I've heard wonderful things about Georgia housing officers as a young professional, and we just want to continue to make sure that we're having the opportunity to give new professionals, grad students, even residents, assistants, as well as middle level, senior level opportunities to continue to have that dialogue, which is so important, which is why we do value the conferences like SEAHO, GHO, New Professionals Conference, GROW, GRASS, and all those. And so that's just a little bit of history about us. Okay, next. And we're going to go into our positional reports. And so we do want to start with first, one thing that I would love to encourage you all, if you have not had the opportunity to, but I would love for you to sign up for the newsletter. And we did add a lot of schools, but we know that changes. But on our website at georgiahousingofficers.org, you actually can click sign up for a newsletter and be able to receive, it's not a listserv anymore, but it's really just a newsletter with information about what's going on, job opportunities within the state and housing and residence life, as well as any information that we have about other conferences as well. So please make sure if you have the opportunity to sign up, read. If you're interested in submitting an article, or you have an initiative or something you want to connect with different individuals within the state, this is a perfect opportunity for you to go ahead and sign up, submit. And we do ask that you submit by the 15th of each month. We try to actually do it at least a couple of times in the semester. Things get a little busy, but we're going to try to do it once a month if possible. So that way you have an opportunity to see any updates, as well as if you're interested in, and this is a great way to, if you're interested in writing an article, to kind of get that out there, as well as get information about submitting to the SEAHO report. So this is something that we do encourage all graduate students, new professionals, anybody in the field who's been in the field for a long time to continue to do so. And hopefully this is helpful information for you. Okay, so you may have to click a couple of times because I think it does a paragraph thing for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. It's okay. And so the bids for the GRASS GHO conference, and GRASS is our resident assistant Saturday seminars that we host typically in January, which is a one-day seminar. We did not have it, unfortunately, due to COVID this year, but we are wanting to bring that back in 2022. And so we are asking for institutions who are interested in hosting GRASS or GHO GCPA, if they will just, send an email to Georgia Housing Officers at gmail.com, and then we will give you a form to complete, to fill out, and go from there. But we are interested in hopefully having an in-person conference in 2022, which aligns with SEAHO, in trying to have in-person conferences. But however, if there's any concern, of course, you can also, opt to a virtual experience as well, especially when it comes to our GRASS, which is pretty large. So there might be some concerns with that. And in December 2020, something that I did want to make sure to bring up to you all is that we have been working, even though we did not have a physical conference, we wanted to kind of make sure we took this year to really plan to make sure communication with GCPA, which is our Georgia College Personnel Association, which is under ACPA, which is the professional organization that covers it. We wanted to make sure that we did have more of an agreement about hosting the conference together. And that really included really making sure we were on the same terms financially, that we also understood everybody's role within it, including the host institution, as well as the president's role, the secretary, treasurer role, just because it makes it challenging when you're not on the same page communicating going forward. So we want to make sure that we actually have something written down, and we're actually going to review that in a second in our constitutional amendments, because we did update our constitution to reflect that agreement, so that way you're aware. And then once if this does get approved, then we'll put this update on our website as well. So I'm gonna or Casey, do you have the
Yeah, I have it all pulled up.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and show the constitutional amendments that we have, and some of them are really simple, and it's really more so about just language of the annual conference instead of it being GEHO annual conference. Since we have been working with GCPA, just adding GCPA GEHO together on that, and so that way we can kind of reflect it throughout. And so typically everything else we didn't change. The only thing that was changed was making sure we put his and her, and you'll see that highlighted. But like I said, GEHO, anytime there was an annual conference, we made sure to update it to say GEHO GCPA instead of just GEHO. But the biggest change would be actually the agreement that we made. And I wanted to go through thoroughly about that agreement, because in the past, GEHO and GCPA were separate conferences, and we decided that it did make more sense to combine those conferences because they happened around the same time. We noticed attendance was lower because people were trying to battle, do I go to this conference? Do I go to that conference? Which makes the most financial sense. And so it has been a great partnership so far, and we wanted to continue that because it does give us opportunity to get other professionals in the state, other perspectives, as well as be able to have different programming as well. And so we have now added that we wanted to have a little bit more detail about more so what the costs look like. GCPA GEHO actually has a joint bank account. And so we wanted to be clear about, how we're utilizing any revenue that is received from registration fees from the conference. And we don't necessarily make a lot of revenue from the conferences, but we want to have the money in the accounts just in case we need it for the next year to help the host institution maybe purchase different things they may need prior to receiving registration fees and that kind of thing. So so the first bullet is basically saying that if there is a cost sharing revenue, that GEHO will receive 25% and GCPA will receive 25%, but 50% will actually go to the joint account. And that's after all expenses are paid from the conference. So we do have a bank account with Bank of America. And I can tell you right now that the president, both presidents of the organization, as well as the treasurers of the organization are on those accounts. And so each year when we change officers, we will make sure to update that account and also make sure we're on the same page about the budget. And we also have all purchases and monies received for the conference must be utilized by the joint account. Because there is a lot of transition with trying to get money from the account, we're trying to make sure to streamline it to come out the joint account instead of it coming out of GEHO account or GCPA account. And so that's the reason why we're really trying to be specific about the joint account. And so if there, for whatever reason, if there's not enough money in the joint account, then GCPA or GEHO can transfer money to the joint account. And then the host institution, the great thing about this, anytime they need, we want to make sure everybody's on the same page. So the host institution will need to complete a form to request payment for any purchases. And then they'll submit that form by email to GCPA and GEHO presidents, and also copy both of the treasurers. And the presidents will approve or decline in writing, okay? And so we want to make sure everything is basically documented when it comes to purchases. And then GCPA and GEHO will create a conference subcommittee that will include at least one representative from the host institution, the conference chairs from both organizations, and the treasurers from both organizations. And then they will meet at least once a month to discuss any conference updates, because we do find that when we're planning, sometimes you don't meet very often. So we think this is very beneficial in making sure to have frequent communication about what's going on with the conference information. And then we also will make sure to reconcile any monies from the conference. So all transfers and deposits from the conference will be made into the joint Bank of America business account within 2 business days of the original meeting. Any outstanding revenue or expenses will be reconciled within 10 days from the last day of the conference. And so we really want to work on reconciliation quicker, because we know that things get busy, life gets busy, right? So we want to make sure that we kind of finalize any type of monies within the 10 days from the last day of the conference. And then we also will agree to share all registrant contact information, position and title, and email address with the conference committee as well, just to make sure that we're on the same page as far as detailed information, or with the subcommittee. So we just kind of have a good, accurate record. So that means the host institutions getting registration information, we have that information in case there's, some problems with payment or what have you. And then we also want to give GCPA and GEHO the opportunity to revisit combining the two conferences each year, because each year changes. I'm sure none of us thought that we were going to be in the world of COVID-19 for going on for 2 years. And so we just want to really make sure that we give the opportunity for the new exec board to make that discussion and make that decision moving forward. And then we are also agreed to establish adequate and affordable registration and utilize ways or a similar payment service. We found that we were paying, GCPA was actually paying for PayPal, and that costs a lot of money with fees. And so we wanted to use a service that makes more sense economically. And so that's why we put that in there. And then also in the registration information, we will make sure to include that if we do not have your payment for the registration 2 weeks prior to the conference, to make sure to have a paper check or another method of payment when you arrive to the conference. And once again, we're just trying to reconcile any payments. And then we'll agree to create a tier outline for the business sponsorship with our corporate partners as well. And then GEHO Exec Board will determine the host sites for all GEHO GCPA related conferences. And that's why we are asking for you all's help. And if you're interested in hosting, and people that have hosted can tell you it is a lot of work, but it is a great experience, a great addition to add to your resume about hosting a conference, and something that can be really, really fun. But I think, and a great resource to go back to as well in your future career. So is there any other things that I left out? Did I leave anything else out, Casey? Or Melissa or Austin?
No, I think you covered everything that we talked about and everything that was highlighted. Just so that everyone knows, the only other real highlights up above is this one GEHO GCPA section that it's there, and then we changed his and her. It's pretty much the other highlights that were throughout the Constitution. Nothing else is majorly changed in the Constitution. I know it's hard seeing it when it's scrolling by the screen.
Casey, there was a note in the captions or in the chat to change his, her to their.
Yes, I was going to say we need to add that, change that. Thank you. I was thinking about that too. Sorry. Yes, we definitely can do that. Taking notes.
Oops.
Okay. Is there anyone else have any questions or suggestions?
Christina, do you want to put those on your copy since you have the official copy on your?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. That way I can leave it one screen.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. All right. Well, if there's not any questions or anything, I'm trying to look at the chat as well, just to make sure we are good. Then we will actually move forward to, and if someone wants to make a motion to vote on the constitutional amendments, and then we'll go from there as far as our voting to approve or not approve.
So I heard someone say I move. I don't know who.
Chris Walker. Okay, Chris Walker, motion to move.
I move.
Okay. And who's second? Anyone seconds it?
I do. Nicole Castaselli does.
Nicole Castaselli. Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
Okay. And so if you guys can select one member from your institution to vote.
I vote Josh Gazer.
I second that vote.
and vote on with even with the changes included with there as well. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. Oh, Josh. Okay, it looks like majority have voted that they approve of the minute changes, including with the change of there from his or her. So thank you everyone for that. I appreciate it. Okay, so we can move forward.
Thank you, Christina. My report is pretty quick. But basically I have two things. We wanted to let you know that we've been meeting with GEHO, as we just approved in our constitution. We have been meeting with GCPA to plan a virtual conference. We are shooting for October 20th through the 22nd. More details to come about the date. We chose a 3-day range just in case we wanted to try to spread out the conference a little bit to allow people to be able to work and attend the conference. So maybe one day we would do like noon to 3 or noon to 4. Another day we would do 8 to noon or something, and then the last day do noon to 3 or whatever. We'll kind of play that out, or even have more sporadic times so that you can do work while you're also attending the conference, because we know that that can sometimes be hard to say, I'm going to shut myself into a conference for a full day, even when it's virtual. So we're going to go ahead and start working on that. There'll be more information coming. And then we will need volunteers for the GEHO GCPA conference in terms of helping us with getting some swag items out or other things out once we figure that all out. So if you're interested, please feel free to reach out to me and I will let you know how we can utilize you if you're interested in volunteering. And we will be having more information coming in our newsletter. And if you aren't on those, as Christina said, please make sure that you get on that newsletter so you can have information about the upcoming conference. I can't see chat or people, so if anyone has anything, please feel free to speak up.
They were just saying in the chat, do we know if it'll fall into NPR or Engage? So we'll look into that because that's a good point as well. I don't know if anyone's heard anything. If you haven't heard anything, please let us know about the dates about that. If that
Engage wasn't updated yesterday. I looked at that one yesterday.
Okay.
And we didn't know about new professionals because I think where we left it was we were waiting to hear from Larry kind of where he wanted to go with that. So
this is Paul Yar talking. Larry was talking about September 24th.
Okay, perfect. Is that going to be virtually thinking or in person?
That one I would have to defer to Larry or Desiree. Desiree may be on the call on this Zoom.
Yeah, I talked to Larry and he's hopeful, but just waiting to see what happens.
Okay, sounds good. Well, that's great.
And if anyone does see any problems with these dates, if you're looking at things or we find out that these dates are going to be a problem because of another conference, please reach out to me and we can bring it up. We were just trying to pick some dates that we thought and trying to get it out to you all ahead of time, but we have a little bit of flexibility in our dates at the moment that we can make a shift if we need to. So please feel free to let us know. And I will pass it over to, I don't remember because now I can't see the screen. Christina, you're going to take care of Jessica's, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
So we do have a report. Something that we also are really making sure to work on is that our budget is not where it could be. So we did want to give you guys some general expenses that we do have for the GEHO operating budget, so you can just kind of get a sense. And this is just if we were to have a conference. We didn't have a conference this year, so we did have some administrative fees that came out, banking fees that is for our bank account, which is like $20 a month, technology fees when it comes to the website, the domain, and then we actually did send awards to individuals as well. And administrative fee includes like mailing as well, if we're getting t-shirts, things like that for executive board. And so the current GHO balance as of now is $978.20. Well, we still kind of have to operate with our, website. We also have to kind of figure out, if we are going to do the virtual conference, what is that going to look like as far as registration fees and just kind of just overall cost. And so we were thinking about trying to do a fundraiser. So if anybody is interested in, ideas, please, share in the chat as well as, or speak up as well. But we are definitely looking to find ways, because we do want to make sure that we're setting up the account whenever we do have a virtual conference. So that way, if we needed to utilize it for any purchases. And this is not even including some of the socials that we actually sponsor, like we sponsor a social at GHO as well as SEAHO, typically for Georgia people up to a certain limit. And so, I think I'm already seeing some ideas in the chat too that people have said. Look like a Founders Day. Yeah, Founders Day donations in August. Oh, that would be a good idea. You're 35, okay. Okay, so somebody said a Founders Day donation in August. Any other ideas? And if you can't think of any right now, and that's okay. So thank you so much for giving those ideas, but we will also just send any information out, but you also can send us an email, because our goal is to start working on that this year, hopefully sooner than later, whether it be a t-shirt or mask, which are, is our favorite these days. So we'll kind of figure out some things that we can do as well. But if you have any others later on, please feel free to submit an email to us, and we can just kind of put it out in the newsletter. We may vote on it if we need to, or just figure out what we need to do. But we're definitely looking forward to hopefully increasing the balance so we can be prepared for our future conferences.
You're muted, Melissa.
It's been a long technology day. For the current conference, I heard this morning we had 991 registered delegates, 179 institutions present, 420 participants were involved in SEAHO, and there were 121 Georgia representatives for this conference. If you guys are interested in chairing a committee, that deadline is going to be March 23rd, and I will, I can link that into the chat. Most importantly, Rely is back this year. They are going to be virtual, but their application is going to be due on March 22nd. They are doing a virtual Rely from May 24th to 28th. I did link the Rely information in the chat for institutions. They are having an interest meeting. So if you have people that might be interested in Rely and don't know a lot about it, their interest meeting will be on March 5th. You do need to register by March 3rd at midnight to be able to attend that event. And also for those who might have missed it out last year due to COVID, they are going to do a special 4th year cohort of 16 people to make sure that we continue the Rely legacy and also produce more interest in the conference as well, because it's something that SEAHO is very, very proud of. And plus you have some awesome new Rely faculty for that. So take a look at that. I would agree. It's a really good, great bunch. SEAHO report is due, for the next one is April 6th. You can shoot me an email. This year, we also started an Instagram. So right now I've got about 49 people that actually follow us back, and about 83 we follow. We follow about 40 institutions. in chapters within institutions. So we have a lot of RHAs, and some of the housing folks don't actually have accounts. So if your institution does have an Instagram account, please shoot me an email or go ahead and request to follow. We are trying to be able to get information for the SEAHO report via Instagram each month. A lot of times our students will post some amazingly great things, and they want to see more from all of our states, and we want to see more from all of our state. We only had one entry this past month, and so please feel free to engage with that Instagram. I answer it all the time, so feel free to tag that. But we also want to make sure that we're keeping in touch with our student life people too. So if you're made Instagram that would post for your marketing for your institution that would have Res Life information on it, you can also send me a link and I'll follow that one as well. And that is all I have.
So once again, if you're interested in becoming a state editor, please just, or you know someone, please send an email to georgiahousingofficers@gmail.com, and then we will send you a form that has more information about why you're interested. And so we would love for you to be a part of the ZEC board, and hopefully you have some great ideas as well. So please feel free to submit, or if you have someone you would like to nominate as well, okay? Yes, and for grow. Same thing for grow. So if you're interested, it is a 2-year term. Typically, we would love to have a grow advisor and advisor elect. So essentially, we could, we could have 2 people if interested as well. But we would love somebody who is interested in working with our residence hall organization. So please make sure to submit an email as well. And then also, something that we did have is that we did have some schools that are interested in hosting Grow for 2022, which is super exciting. And so if you are interested in hosting, you can still send us an email and we will, be able to review that as well about the form. But this is another great opportunity for our student conference. And I know one time Mercer Josh hosted Grow and had a wonderful time with it. So and you have a lot of individuals who have a great experience with working with hosting, and so they can share their experiences. So please consider doing so. Oh, and election bids are due March 22nd.
All right, everyone. So I want to take this moment to encourage everyone to stop by our GEHO website here and there. There's always some great information there. And our website is georgiahousingofficers.org. We've been doing a good job of maintaining the information. As soon as we find out more information about the upcoming conference dates, they'll surely be posted there. But also check out the committees for those looking to get involved, and reach out to those committee chairs if you see opportunities that might interest you. Some things we have featured on there are our awards and recognition committee, and shout out to Desiree and her team for moving forward with that this past year, even during COVID. And we've highlighted some of those award recipients. And also our GEHO High Fives is an initiative that will be recognizing professionals throughout the state. Also, I want to throw that plug about photos in there again. If you have any, we definitely want to see some fresh faces in our virtual places. And lastly, but certainly not least, we've done our due diligence in making sure that the job postings on our GEHO web page are updated. However, we know that every institution might not post all of their positions on highered.com, and so that's kind of been our source of updating the positions. So if for any reason you might have an upcoming opening, just shoot the position our way, and you can send that to either myself or our general email, georgiahousingofficers@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to get that posted to the website. And also, if you're looking to transition or for other areas of opportunity, you can be sure to check out job postings on the web page as well.
Okay, committee reports. We had a lot of committees in the past that unfortunately did not have chairs, but our one committee that has been standing strong is Desiree Murden. She's been awesome in our words and recognition committee, and I just want to give her a big kudos because she has definitely been someone that we can count on and really making sure that folks are getting recognized for the great work that you're doing within the state of Georgia. So if everybody can give her a hand clap for that, she is awesome. And also congratulations to all of these wonderful winners this year for a contribution to campus. Christy Walker from University of Georgia, Excellence in Housing, Catherine Hall, University of Georgia, Georgia G Wiz, Mental Aid Kit, Georgia Southern University, Kimberly Bradley, Colton Goodme, and Brandon Long, Graduate Assistant Award of Excellence, Carlton Smith, University of Georgia, Outstanding Professional Award, Suzanne Reckner, University of Georgia, Outstanding Support Staff Member, Daryl Hermeko, University of Georgia, and Vicki Hawkins, Outstanding New Professional Award, Marina Martin, Georgia Tech. We are super excited for y'all continue the great work, and we're so thankful for you, Desiree, and helping to lead you and your committee, as well as giving the idea of the high five. So let's continue that throughout the year. Desiree, do you want to say a little bit more about it? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh, no worries. I'm happy to talk about it because I mean, it's something simple. I feel like, there's not enough recognition because we're all so busy all the time. And a lot of the stuff that happens is behind the scenes. So this is very, very simple. It doesn't have to, you don't need to spend a lot of time. You can say a very short, Christian makes my day every time I see her because she smiles and encourages me. And I just want to say thank you for all the hard work you do. The end. That's it. And it's nice to be recognized. So please, I put the link in the chat. They can be submitted any time of the year. So yes, please submit some. It makes people stay. That's it.
Oh gosh, I had all my energy ready. If you're interested in hosting for GEHO GCPA annual conference for 2022, this is what you need to do. You just need to send us an email at georgiahousingofficers@gmail.com. Basically, we kind of gave you the information earlier in our constitutional amendments, but this is an opportunity for you and your employees of your institution to work together in creating the logistics of the conference, just kind of, the schedule, the theme, just kind of all of that information. So this is something super fun and exciting to add to your resume. And you will have the opportunity to work with GCPA GEHO closely, so we'll help guide you in any way you need to. And also, hopefully, you'll get support from your university in hosting this conference as well. And so please make sure if you're interested to talk to your institutions or whoever you need to kind of get that approval to submit it by April 2nd. And then if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask. We have a couple of amazing individuals who've already hosted previously that can answer any questions about their experience as well. And but I do think that I hope that you consider this. And if that's the case, if 2022 is not the year, then also 2023. If you want to say, well, I'm just going to put my name out there for 2023, feel free to do that as well, because I do understand that it takes time, and you may kind of feel like, well, maybe we can't do it this year, but maybe you can try for 2023, and that's totally fine as well. But we do want to, plan for 2022, hopefully to be in person if possible. Okay. Same thing with grass. If you are interested, and one thing that I miss is I really want to make sure that our undergraduate students get connected this year. So we are, even GCPA, GEHO, I think both of us are really trying to figure out a way to continue to engage our undergraduate students. And so we do want to make sure that we have a 2022 grass conference, whether it be a virtual or in-person experience. And so once again, if you are interested, it's a one-day conference where we have all of our undergraduate students, resident assistants come, and they're able to network, they're able to present potentially, as well as just create a chant and use their creative side as well. So this is something that we would encourage. So if you're interested, please, once again, send us an email, and it will be due the same time as the GEHO GCPA annual conference bid of April 2nd. So please consider it if you can. And new professionals, woohoo, we just got some great information. It sounds like we have a date potentially September 24th. And so once we have more information about the conference, then we will make sure to update you all in our GHO newsletter and social media sites. So please stay tuned for that. And New Professionals Conference is a wonderful opportunity for our professionals to present, as well as meet other, it's a smaller scale than the GHO GCPA conference. So this is a great opportunity if you're kind of shy and you're like, I don't know if I want to go to a large conference. This is a perfect size, and Georgia College and State and University have done a wonderful job. As named after Dr. Paul Jar, who's with us currently. And so this is something that we want to continue on and think it's been very beneficial for our state. And so I look forward to this hopefully being able to be a potential this year, since we weren't able to be able to have it due to COVID. And grow. Well, grow. Unfortunately, we know COVID has just caused some challenges with our plans, but we are looking for 2022 bids for the conference. So at this point, if you're interested, and like I said, there are some individuals who express interest. So if there are other individuals, please feel free, or if you're thinking about 2023 as well, that would be great for us to kind of get started on that, because I know it takes a lot of time for planning. So please, this is probably going to be due a little sooner, just because we want to connect with the students at Grow as well, just to see their timeline as far as everything. So March 22nd, if you're interested in submitting, please submit that by March 22nd, and we will go from there. All right. Am I forgetting anything else, Executive Board? Or you have anything other updates? All right. Does anyone have any questions or anything we're forgetting? Any words of advice or wisdom?
Announcement. Let's say the School of Piedmont College, soon to be Piedmont University, is looking for a new director. So if you are interested in my position, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat. It's a good position.
Yeah, anybody else have any job opportunities or openings as well? We have some people looking for jobs, I'm sure, so.
Valdosta State.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Valdosta State, we actually have 5 open coordinator positions in student affairs. If anybody is looking to get something besides some housing experience, we're looking for a strategic initiatives, a Title IX, a conduct, a student life, and a career ops coordinator. So check us out on TPE or head on over to the Valdosta State Human Resources page.
Yes, Georgia College is also, will be soon be looking for 3 community directors that is currently posted on TPE, and hopefully soon on our HR website. So I'll be looking out for that in the next upcoming months.
UGA, we have an opening for an RHD position here. We are currently starting interviews already. Our priority deadline is March 1st, but we'd love if you've got grads or staff looking for additional experience for an entry-level position, send them our way.
Georgia Southern has resident director positions open on both the Statesboro and Savannah campuses. We're posted at OPE and TPE and our HR website. We're also recruiting for central graduate assistants and graduate RDs.
At Georgia State, we're going to be trying to fill 2 anticipated hall director positions this upcoming year, as well as some assistant hall director positions. So the assistant hall director positions are great for those that are just finishing their undergraduate careers, or if they have a master's but no housing experience. And so the master's degree is required for our hall directors. So please spread the word. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. Georgia Tech has 6 vacancies that we hope to have approved very soon. And when we do, we will let you all know so you can send them to people to apply. But currently have 6 vacancies, say that again, that we hope to fill very soon.
Anyone else? Okay, well, I just want to tell you that I appreciate each and every one of you for your hard work during these trying times. There's been just a lot with social justice, political, just everything that's going on this year with COVID. And so please make sure to take care of yourselves. And I mean, we can't take care of students and our staff if we're not taking care of ourselves. So I do encourage you to at least try to find a day where you can just be you, and do something fun and enjoy, because you are so important. And without you all, we would not be able to help these wonderful students be able to excel in their positions. So let's continue to, help support each other and network. And I really, really am so excited and hope to see you all soon in person so we can continue those conversations. But in the meantime, we'll keep in touch virtually, whether it be through workshops or different sessions that we host throughout the state or different conferences. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your SEAHO. But do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn.
I heard Desiree.
Desiree, and second, I think I see Josh. Second, Josh? Okay.
Send it to everyone
Awesome.
this time.
Okay, well, thank you all. You guys have a great day. It's good seeing you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.